What's up, everybody? Welcome back, Isle Royale Greenstone channel. Today what we're going to do, we're going to break some greenstones out of basalt. And I know kind of how that sounds to someone that's unfamiliar with the process. Why would you break greenstones out of basalt? Aren't they found on the beach, or don't you just pick them up? The answer to that is actually yes and not really. Most greenstones, they're going to be pounded out of basalt rock, similar to this. And I've got quite a few pieces here that I've been just kind of working with. But these are some greenstone basalt. And you can kind of see that there's these little darker spots inside the basalt rock. Those are the greenstones that we're going to be trying to pounding out today. And so the method of doing that is literally pounding them out with a hammer. And to my knowledge, there's not really been a better way to do it. I've heard of people using rock crushers. One other method that was brought to my attention recently was using a log splitter with some sort of hammer device on the log splitting tool itself. Sounded like a brilliant idea. Haven't seen it, but I think it would work pretty well. Today what we're going to be doing is just the old-fashioned method. And what I've got here on my table is just some pieces of basalt here. Got some pieces in a bucket. And these are just some pieces that we picked up recently. And you can kind of see the little greenstones in them right there. And I'm just going to show you a couple of ways to do it and how to get these greenstones out of the basalt. So another major question that I get from a lot of people is, aren't you worried about breaking the greenstones when you use a hammer to extract the greenstone from the basalt? Well, the answer to that is, yeah, I am worried about breaking greenstones. Of course I would be. But that's part of the process, and it really is necessary. I've broken some greenstones getting them out, but I've also gotten the majority of the greenstones that I've tried to get out of basalt, I've gotten them out successfully. And there's a few reasons for that. Now, I'll bring the camera in a little closer. The basalt around the greenstone has a lot of comprehensive strength that's similar to concrete, and that's a lot different than the structural strength and the tensile strength inside a greenstone, like you can see this one right there. And all of those tiny structures inside that greenstone help hold that stone together, and the basalt doesn't have some of those strength qualities, and so the basalt is weaker than the greenstone that's inside it. So it does make sense, if you're careful enough, that you can pound out greenstones successfully without breaking them. In most cases, you get the greenstone out whole. Sometimes you do break a fraction off, and that's sometimes acceptable, just based on the success rate that I usually have breaking them out. So I'm going to break some out and just kind of give you an idea what it's like, and we'll go from there. Okay, got my little jar here that I've already got one greenstone just sitting on top there. So I'm going to use this to just put the greenstones in when I get them. And we'll start with this one right here. This has got some, looks like some white prehnite or something on the outside of it. So right here, because the basalt is higher here and here, and the greenstone's lower, I'm going to hit just right on the center of it. Okay. I was able to chip away a lot of that and expose more of the greenstone. So right here, I'm probably not going to get this whole greenstone out, just because this little one right here, this little part of it comes out. So I'm just going to try to hit on the edge right here. See if I can get that to come out. And I kept my thumb on it right there. It did pop loose, but my thumb stopped it from flying off. And there it is. So we'll put that in the can. As I suspected, that extra little piece just didn't really come off with it. So it's not a big deal. I just pulled it off. And there it is. If I can break the salt off it. There it is. There's a few more in here. I'm just going to tap at this. Not seeing any there. One small one right there. I wonder if I can get that one out. So I've got this other piece here, and it looks like there's a really nice one right here and a really nice one right here. So knowing that before I get started, and this piece is kind of worn already. It seems like it's probably been in a pile and pushed around quite a bit, which tells me that this piece is a little bit harder. There's some basalt that's soft, some of it that's fairly hard. I'm just going to chip away at the corner of this. My piece went flying. There it is. And I got that one pretty out. Now to get the rest of it, get it the rest of the way out, sometimes you can just peel it out. But not the whole one here. Let's see if I can. So on this particular one, I'm going to strike it from the top edge here, and I'm going to rest it right here. And what that's going to do, hopefully, is pop it out to the side. I'm going to try to keep my finger on the front of this in case it goes flying away. And there it is. Nice greenstone. That one goes in the jar. Back to my main piece. So I know there's a good one here. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to hold the piece together. I'm just going to strike it right here. And golly, it looks like I got it out. Right there. That's a beauty. Oh, it's smaller than it looked. There it is. You can see that rounded cavern that it was in. It's kind of strange because that looks like another greenstone, but I can still put it in the tumbler. But that's the greenstone that I was going for. Now this piece, you can see a fracture through it from striking it with a hammer. I can probably pull this apart and search for greenstone inside it, which there was one right here. It's a good stone. It can go in the jar. It looks like it's going to come apart again on me. But got one right there. Stuff is kind of crumbling apart. It's not as hard as I thought it was. But okay, so we've got one right here on the corner. I'm going to take the other hammer, and this is more of a fine hammer. There. See See how it just fell out of there? And that one's not, well, it's got an end to it there, but it doesn't appear like I broke it taking it out. Oh, and that one split open again right here. Okay. Okay, this is just another piece of that other one that I had. I have basically 3 pieces of that. Keep those 2 to the side. So there's one right there, and it's still pretty concealed from, I mean, about 3/4 of it's covered with basalt yet. So I'm going to strike it from the top right here, and I'm going to keep my thumb on it right here. And I'm going to use the bigger hammer. A lot of times I have better luck with the 3-pound sledgehammer and using smaller direct taps. Yep, got it right there. See how it cracked? My thumb was on it so that it prevented it from flying away. And there it is. Just peel away some of this excess basalt. And there you have it. Rough greenstone. Rolling off my hand. Sometimes it's deceiving, you know, you have a piece like this and you think, oh, I got it all. And sometimes there can be one hiding right inside it and you don't see it. So if I have a piece like this, I'll just give it another thumb and look inside it, and sure enough I got these 2 small ones that rolled out of it. So I never count them out till they're pretty beat up and small. I've got this one too that seems like there's no way greenstones can really hide in it, but I see a very small one right there. I'm just going to give it a couple of hits. This piece went kind of to the side, but nothing in it. Okay, so I've pretty much pulverized that piece. I'm just not seeing anything out of that. Just discard it. Nothing there. This is the 3rd piece I had of that one block. And there's really no wrong where to hit this, so right down the center. There's not much there. So, hey guys, I'm getting like little pieces like this. These are just so small that by the time they go through the tumbler, I mean, you might have something there, but there's not much there. So I'm just going to move on to this next piece. This is a really great block. This has some really nice looking greenstone in it. So I know this one right here on the end, that's an easy one. I'm just going to try to tap that off of there. There it is. You see how my thumb held it from flying away? And I can just take it off. Just like that. It's a nice rough greenstone. This one, because it's just so jam-packed, it's probably going to hit a greenstone no matter where you hit this thing. Just do my best. I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to cover it with my thumb on this side. I'm going to hit it right here. and I'm going to hopefully make this basalt crack right there. Not exactly where I wanted it. This is a tough one because everywhere I look there's greenstone on it. I lost a little piece of it right there, hitting it there. There, I got it. Awesome. Oh, it kind of just comes off. There we go. This one's going to be a great stone. It's got a lot of nice deep greens in it. And still got a good nice few stones left in there. Let's see how this goes. Alright, kind of broke apart. Got a little slice of one right here that's kind of cool. So if you were lucky enough to go up north this year and you collected some greenstone basalt and weren't sure what to do with it, weren't sure how to get your greenstones out of it or what the best method is, now you know what I do. And I hear it all the time, you know, I found some greenstone basalt, you know, but I'm too afraid to hit it out. I don't dare hit the greenstones. And so, you know, it's kind of a shame because those greenstones never really become anything other than, you know, closet trophies. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of confidence to say, hey, I can do that, find a hard surface, and just give it a try. What I use, earplugs, eye protection, a 3-pound sledgehammer, and sometimes like a finish hammer. So, this one is just a stonemason hammer. So it's not a really extensive list of equipment. It's just hammers and have fun. So the very next step for these greenstones that I just took out of the basalt is I'll just take these right here and I'll put them in the tumbler for about 4 days. And after about 4 days in the rotary tumbler, you'll be able to start to see the pattern and kind of come out of the surface of the stone a little bit, and you'll know basically what quality they are after that. It's pretty hard to tell before you roll them in the tumbler. You just got too much of that basalt and matrix around it to really make good determinations on the stone until you remove some of that material and you get to see underneath it a little bit. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that helps. As always, thank you for subscribing to our channel, and go ahead and smash that like button. It really does help us out, and we'll continue to bring you more of this content centered around the Isle Royale Greenstone. Until next time, guys, take care.